POPAVIST made smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes. You go, ooh la la. She go, ooh la la. We go, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. Ooh la la, we. Ooh la la, we. That should never get old, you know what I mean? Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. POPAVIST TV. That's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. If it's your first time, wipe your feet, come on in, don't be shy. Over here, we deal with sports, hip-hop, interviews, Popavisms 101, and motivation. Yeah, that part. If that sounds like something you can rock with, then before you exit and diddy up out of here, kindly hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button, Chang. Yeah, Chang, hit the like button. Hit that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. Yeah. And if it's not your first time, what you was, you know what I mean? Like, good looking. But you know how we do. You know how I start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. We in the end game. We in the end game because this morning while I'm getting up, Monday morning, even though it's almost 2 at night now, getting up early in the morning, go to the gym, motivation. Yeah, hip-hop, sports, motivation. So I'm walking to the car and shit, you know what I mean? And I see this lady. She got 2 big pit bulls, like big dogs, you know what I mean? You don't want to get no problems with her. Pit bulls look like they'd tear the skin off your ass. And they taking the shit, you know what I mean? Like, she out walking her dogs early in the morning. And so, you know, immediately, if you follow the channel, you know I'll be looking, hate the motherfuckers that don't clean up after their dogs. Hate the shit. And y'all know the laws, if I was in power, what I do, you know what I mean? To the people that leave shit on the floor. It is what it is. So I'm already judging her like, you know what I mean? Like, look at this bitch. I ain't gonna leave this shit. So, you know what I mean? When they finish leaving big shit, she go in her, you know, pocket, take out the bag, and I'm like, all right. And it's close to my car, you know what I mean? Like 2, 3 cars down, you know what I mean? So I'm walking and shit, you know what I mean? I'm like, all right, she doing her duty. She doing an excellent thing. Picking up that nasty shit so nobody else got to do it. And as soon as I'm walking past her, you know what I mean? After she picks it up, she just tosses it under the car. Not my car, you know what I mean? But under the car. And I'm saying, damn. And I had to say something. Y'all know I won't be shocked and amazed. Like, when you put the beat on, like, yeah, I'm not really shocked and amazed by a lot of shit. And I wasn't shocked and amazed at this, but it just threw me for a loop. Because I'm like, oh, she cleaning up after her fucking dogs. And to see her throw it under there, I had to say something like, damn, like, that's some nasty shit. I'm like, yo, you picked up the shit, just go throw it in the garbage. And you know what her response was? She like, I threw it under the car. Like, not even realizing that she doing some nasty, wild shit. Because when a nigga back up, you know what I mean, or go out to get out his parking space, he gonna roll over some wild shit. And that happened to me mad times. I know what happened to y'all too. It's just tires on the outside, but who the fuck want dog shit on their, you know, on their tires, whether you got a nice car or not nice car. Shit's crazy, shit crazy. But we also in the end game, because as I told y'all in the other video, pray for Haiti. Haiti is, you know what I mean, going through a lot right now. They've been going through a lot. But now as the time is passing, they finding more people. The death toll was 1,300. The one in 2000 was 250,000. So obviously, we don't want to see those numbers get nowhere near there. But just think about that. How many people died from C-19 and all this other shit. In 2010, when the hurricane hit, they said, wow, people passed. So, you know what I mean? Just think about that. But y'all see the thumbnail, you know what I mean? Y'all know what y'all tuned in here for. We're going to talk about two quick things. First, we're going to talk about the locks. Not the verses no more, because we kind of passed that now. I mean, we passed the verses. Even though that shit still was a crazy spectacle. Well, you know, they making their rounds. They about to go on tour, you know what I mean? The Locks, Dipset, and State Property, that is. And they was on the Breakfast Club. Kind of look at the Breakfast Club with the side eye now. That's a side note for whatever that's worth. But anyway, for the Locks, I'm going to check them out. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm in these YouTube streets still. I'm running through Instagram crazy. Y'all see me in the streets. And I said, let me check this shit out. See what the Locks is talking about. And they said a lot of things that I would expect from them. And they also, you can see that they're a close knit. We know that already, but like it's all business with them. Like, you know what I mean? They like real savvy, and you know what I mean. I just like how the interview was conducted, how they handled themselves. But what a few things that stood out to me in this interview. Number one was the night before the verses. Let's just talk about this real quick. It's Monday. They did the verses on Tuesday. They said they practiced and they went through their rehearsals for 7 hours. And out of all the stuff they said, Cam is stand up. He negotiated the business, hinting that it might be another verses. You know what I mean? Like, they said a lot of things. Like, the Locks album came out last year. Like, you know what I mean? Now you want a new Locks album. Like, new people knowing about them that didn't know, that was sleeping under a rock. Like, they said wild stuff in this interview. Interview was like almost an hour long. But what really stood out for me, you know what I mean, is that they did their rehearsals or they did practice. They practiced for 7 hours to give the best performance, to come out with the game face, with the war mode. Like, I think what he said, Adderall or whatever Jada was saying. Like, I was in war mode. They not just some fly by night, just coming to game niggas. Like, you know what I mean? That's where you need to start at when you hear them say something like this. Hip hop, sports, yeah, motivation. This is motivation for myself, for new people trying to come into the business, the hip hop business that is, or the music business, I should say, not the hip hop business, the music business. If you already in the profession or you striving to be the best in your career, I mean, you know, the best in your field. They've been in the game for years. Like, they've been in the game for years. Fucking with X, been around big, like in they beginning stages. So you've been around some top-notch MCs, especially X with the performing and just the energy and passion and that it thing that he has that a lot of other rappers and artists don't have. They come from that. They're like, yo, we did it, we practiced and we made all of the practices, or whenever they did their little walkthroughs or run-throughs, they working this shit over in their mind. And that just goes to show you, one, they appreciate the bag that Cam negotiated. You hear Styles like, nah, like whatever Cam said, that's what we want. That's what it is. They respect the bag that they got. They respect themselves as craftsmen and as people that still love this shit. Like, you know what I mean? I heard, you know, Joe Budden's talking on his podcast about Nas' album. I did the review on Nas' last album, King Disease 2. It's fire to me. To me, it's fire. It's not a classic yet. I listened to it like 5 times now. Gotta listen a little more, catch stuff that I, you know what I mean? But again, just passion on putting out quality work. And then I'll say this. This is the other thing I want to talk about real quick. Whatever your name is attached to, that's attached to you. Like, some people really don't care what their name is attached to. That's why in American Gangster, when Denzel, one of my favorite actors, you know what I mean, one of the best actors, male or female, when he like, yo, this shit is like Pepsi, he was real offended that, you know, homie was stepping on it and doing shit to it that it ain't really need to be done to it. He like, because my name is attached to that. A lot of people don't care what's really attached to the name. If it's not true and stuff like that, then obviously that shit could just, you could let it fly. Like, you know what I mean? But stuff that really applies, like you a scumbag, or you was stealing money, or you was doing some low down shit, or you was fucking your man. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Always running to the internet, to the Facebook, and being involved in your shit. That's like that's your track record. This is how when people assess you, when they looking at your ID, like show me, you know what I mean, who you are, and I tell you, you know what I mean, X, Y. When you attach to certain things like that, and other people are not, and their track record is intact, their integrity is intact, they stand upon their square. And I'm not saying nobody is infallible, anybody is perfect as opposed to being wrong, doing some shit that you probably shouldn't did. Then later, because you respect the person that you dealing with, you apologize and you man up or you woman up. I mean, just like always attached like with some fuck shit. Like, you know, some always trying to get over some selfish shit or some like grimy shit, or you always, you know what I mean, like with the shits to the people that you're supposed to fuck with. That's a bad track record. That has your name attached to it. Putting out something that's not really quality, cooking some food and serving some people like me, I take pride in stuff like that. Like do it the correct way once, and you don't got to swing back. Like how niggas be like they swinging back, swing through the block, you know what I mean? You got to swing back and do it over and do it again and take more time, more effort, and more energy when you could have just put that the first time, get it right. And that's why you see in the NBA, sports, hip-hop, interviews, yeah. Certain people have that motor and then certain people don't, especially after they get the bag and they get comfortable. But let's get to this last thing, you know what I mean? So I'm outside chilling with, you know what I mean, Big Time, a.k.a. Nico, you know what I mean, D.
Appreciate what we doing, you know?
This car ain't gonna be
Popovich Major and all that.
That's a fact. We
It's
out
gonna
here.
be in the building.
Yes,
we
yes.
networking now, putting this shit together every year.
That's right.
Popovich
15
Nate
strong,
always
D.
next to me, B.
Nigga
15
don't even
years.
think
That's
I was
right.
just telling the brother when he was doing his little snippet, people probably didn't think this would get this big, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
because it's based off love
what it's
and
love,
out of
yeah,
right, that's
yeah.
why it lasts long, you know what I mean?
I mean, and then Harlem, man, we don't have too many functions where we can really pull together and do something positive. You know, it's a lot of negative shit going on.
That's a fact.
That's why we gonna set the record straight. Niggas looking at Harlem different. They're getting the wrong false eye view of what Harlem really is. These niggas right here, all these niggas right here is next to me certified Harlem niggas.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
So because of the
Yeah.
verses, you think they got a little twisted? You watch the verses, right?
Yeah, pay attention to the real shit that we do.
Right.
We stay in our hood. We make sure our hood is all right. How you doing, baby? All right. And we stick together, man. But that's why we do it, though, homie, for real. A lot of niggas that I got love and respect for, give us a chance to really just come out and do our thing one day. Get drunk, act up, you know? Just pay homage. And then every nigga that's on the shirt is a lesson. It's showing us, yo.
That's true.
It's really showing us, man. We got to take advantage of the day because tomorrow ain't promised.
That's right.
Like I just lost my little mans and EJ and all.
Yeah, rest in peace, EJ.
That shit fucked all them up, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, EJ.
Yeah. So this summer, yo, I'm telling y'all now, the dress code is Get Fly 365. That's the dress code for the cookout. Get Fly 365.
You know how we put on
For my nigga
marathon and
EJ.
all that, always stand up.
They had that
You know
shit
what I
on
mean?
EJ, Joe.
Roll
That
up.
was his label. Fly every day. Yeah. Somebody move up.
And this is the 15th annual year of the Heaven in Harlem cookout. You know what I mean? And this year is special in the sense of, you know, it's an association with Zip Day. You know what I mean? And you know, I caught up with homie tonight. A couple of other people was out. We was in Harlem chopping it up. You know what I mean? Getting details and all these type of things right. So Sunday everything could run smoothly because, you know, most people just pop up with their chair and everything is good as it should be. And when you throw in a good cookout and you throw in something that, you know, you inviting people to, you want it to be the best. Your name is on it, right? But I wanna talk to it in the sense of, you know, a lot of people died. Have you ever seen the flyers? You know what I mean? Every time we put them out, like after a while, after 15 years, there's so many people that, you know, it's only but so many people, you know, you can put on the flyer. You know what I'm saying? And if you know, you know. If you're from Harlem, you know, it's not just a Harlem thing now, even though the name is Heaven Up in Harlem. But it's really just for anybody that lost anybody in the last year. Obviously, the pandemic year was super crazy for a lot of people. But even before that, you know what I mean? Like, death is a part of life that we all feel. Quoting the Jada line, "Oh, we love Big Papa," right? Like, death is a part of life. We all gonna feel either ourselves or, you know, a loved one close to us. So you're gonna feel in some type of way. And, you know, some people seem like they get more revered than others. And then, you know, as I say on the channel, playing but really not playing is, I hope they'll remember you. Like, you know what I mean? When Thanos said that to Tony Stark, like, I hope they remember you. I'm about to kill you, and then after that, it's probably going to be quiet for you. But I hope they do. And people get remembered for, you know, a lot of different reasons. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, you would hope that you would want people to remember you in a good light, in a good way. Not like every time, you know, like you see someone, I think it was George Jefferson or one of them shows where it was the funeral and everybody was there, was supposed to be on some sad shit, but really they was reading, I think they was reading the thoughts, or their thoughts was just, every time the camera came on somebody, their thoughts was just read out loud, and the person that was dead, they was saying all wild, bad shit about them, like, got me for this, or tried to hit on my wife, or stole from my house, and no good, you know what I mean? Like, always got me in trouble, shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? You rent a car for a nigga, and, you know, you looking out for them, and they take mad days to bring the car back, or they crash, or they do, like, some wild shit and fuck you over when you really looking out for them. Like, you extend your hand, and they do some fuck shit, and that's what they, you know, when they die, and then it's like, damn, you remember them for fucked up shit. Then it's a lot of people like, nah, this person was wild generous. This person always made you laugh. This person would stand up. This person was tall. This person was solid. Like, you need this person. They was there. They come through. Ooh, always checked on me. Always checked on my moms. Always did X, Y, Z. Like, always was a good friend or a good individual to me. And, you know, that's the legacy that they left when it comes to that camaraderie with the other person. And so, you know, I just think about that. Obviously, you know, we all, when the lights go off, we not coming back on. None of us is. And, you know, some of us think of it more than others. I know what it's like to lose, feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. Of course I do. And I think about death, my own death, other people's death sometimes that's still living, especially family members. I don't know why, but I mean, like, especially death is all around us. Every day, a baby's born, a man dies. How now said, a baby's being born the same time as a man's being murdered. The beginning and end is only natural. I explain my plateau. Also, what defines my name. First, it was nasty. Like, you know what I mean? So, life goes and comes, you know, every second. You know what I mean? So, and then you never know when yours going to be. So, that's why you got to live to the fullest. Let the people you know that's around now that you can tell them and they can hear you that you love them, because you never know when it's going to be. We just had Fat Mac Day, and this last little joint I'm going to throw on right here, you hear Big Time talking about EJ, and that's why this year the theme going to be Fly 365, some real Harlem shit. Why wouldn't it be? Like, you know what I mean? Harlem stand up. Don't be fooled by the verses. Go according to what you see. Yeah, like, nah, matter of fact, don't believe what you see. Believe half of what you see, like Hov said. You know what I mean? It's your boy, POPAVIST. You is now tuned in. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, so we do what we want. We authentic, because our track record is intact. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.